All right, I'm answering a question today that came in. How do you know if social media is working for you? Like, how do you know it's working, right? How do you judge that? It's kind of a nebulous thing. And that's a very good question, because often with like big paid advertising, you have tracking phone numbers and links and all this stuff. And you know exactly how much the ad is making you and what lead came from where and all that stuff. On social media, it's a lot more nebulous than that. It could be anything. It could be the person saw you on social media, then went to your website and called in from there, or then saw you and they drove by and walked in, or told a friend. It's all this different ways. So the first general way, I mean, this maybe sound kind of obvious and trite, but the first way to know if social media is working for you is you're busier. You should feel busier. Like if all you're doing is running social media and you're getting busier and busier, then I'm going to tell you it's working, because something is pushing things up. If the numbers are going up in your practice or your business, if the revenue is coming in, something is pushing it in. And if you're running social media, it's at least helping you do that, and it might be pushing it more. But a more concrete way to measure how much kind of momentum you have, we call this the social media momentum number. So how do you judge your social media momentum? Like what's the actual firm number you can look at? It's an easy one. Followers. How many followers do you have on the various platforms? How many followers on Facebook? How many followers on Instagram? Add those numbers together, and the total number of followers. That is an indication of how successful your social media is being. And also, is that changing? Is it continuing to grow? So, for example, obviously, if someone says, oh, I've got 15 followers, that's one level. If someone says, I've got 1,500 followers, oh, that's a whole different level. And someone's got 15,000 followers, that's even more, right? So you can always judge if you're getting followers. What followers means is this. Like, followers is an interesting number, especially when you're looking at it from a business marketing point of view. Followers means that of all the people who saw your messaging, right? Probably thousands, tens of thousands of people who saw you on social media, one way, one how, right? These are the ones who says, oh, they lean forward. They say, oh, really? What you talking about there? I like that. I want to hear more about that. And they click the follow button. So it means of all the things they could have followed, you're one of those things. Now, some people follow everything, and some people follow one thing ever, right? So you want to be one of those people that they're following, because when they're following you, that's them saying, I want to hear more from you. And the various platforms will then make sure that they see more of what you put out. So when you put something new out, they go, oh yeah, and it reminds them you're there. And they go, oh yeah, I remember this guy. I follow this guy online. He's blah 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 blah. They talk about this on this or whatever. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It just has to be. It's kind of like their vote for you. So think about it this way: if up here is revenue, like you got money coming in the door, well, before that, what do you have to have? You have to have people coming in the door, right? So people approaching you about service. Okay, good. And what do you have to have before that? Well, people who are interested in your service. Okay. So how do you measure that? Followers. So on social media, as long as your follower count is going up and is at a higher and higher level every week, and you're continuing to kind of be there in front of people, you will see more people who are interested in your services, and your revenue will go up. Of course, there's one big asterisk here. If the followers are the right people, you can't just have people from Bangladesh. You can't go out and buy the followers. Don't do that. People do that. They go to like a foreign country. They find something online, have 1 million followers in 20 minutes, and they literally just pay people to become followers from 4 countries. Of course, those do nothing for you, and they actually can destroy your entire social media account because it blows up the algorithm. The algorithm has no idea what to do with you after that, right? So don't do that. So as long as legitimately earned followers, which means you put out something, they responded to it, decide they want to follow you, that's your index of how successful you're being. So if that's all you can count, like maybe it's hard to count above follower count. It can be hard to track where everybody came from when they came in there. You can ask them, but people don't remember whatever happens, right? So follower count is kind of how I would tell you to judge. Is your social media working for you if the follower count's going up? All right. So hopefully if you learned something there. Now, if you want more help, come over to thecustomerfactory.com. All we do there is help people with their social media do better. Okay, so come over to thecustomerfactory.com and I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.